Okay, Brant from TradeGuild.blogspot.com. Again, happy anniversary to my lovely wife, Julia. Check out her picture, she's a fox. So, okay, we just looked at ARTX, a pullback there, make for a nice position, I think. Look how it's really in gear. I mean, look how MACD looks. I mean, that's what it should look like. A little bit of volume trouble there on these other indicators. You know, we see lots of buying in BOP. A little bit of a divergence there in TSV. Money streams in gear. Let's take a look at a longer version of TSV 55 down here. Very much in gear. So, that's how a stock should behave. This volume's a little concerning, but everything else looked pretty good. So pull back there. Nice long position. NTMD. This was a pick from David DT from tradingtowin.blogspot.com. And I think that this may see a little bit more downside, but I think the risk here is pretty reasonable. It's sitting right there on that support. It's got the star there today. Almost a Harami reversal. And again, I mean, look how this has behaved with MACD, even in the pullback. Very, very bullish behavior there. And these indicators look pretty good. And of course, here's my 3C. You can see on the daily time frame, it's reaching up for a new high. It's in a leading divergence. On the hourly time frame, you can see that it looks like it's run out of steam. Here's a series of negative divergence here. So that forecasted a pullback, which we saw. And on the 5-minute chart, what we're seeing here is basically it's holding its ground. It's coming back a little bit, but I think this is probably going to make for a pretty nice position here. It's on my watch list. Here's AATI. This one I've been talking about for a long time. I actually bought some today, although I don't like this volume over here. So that was a falling wedge. You can see it in the trend lines. It's a bullish formation. A rising wedge is a bearish formation. I'm sure you can imagine what that looks like. And on the 3C indicator, again, you can see that leading divergence over here, 3C. Let's take a look at hourly time frame there. On the hourly, again, you can see what looks like the pullback with that negative divergence there. The pullback's occurred. And on the 5-minute time frame, it's in a leading divergence again. So it looks like maybe AATI is ready to run a little bit with the semis. I hope so. Take a look at that. And did I cover SNCR? I'm not sure. I think I did, yeah. So SNCR looks like a decent long here. So let's take a look at some shorts. Now there's going to be a lot of these. There's a lot of shorts that are lining up. And let's see. Where are they? Okay. A lot of shorts lining up, but almost all of them look like they're going to bounce first. So I wouldn't run out and short a lot of these things tomorrow. Let them bounce a little bit. Let's get a better price, and then we'll go for them. So let's start with TMX. This looks like it's going to bounce up to resistance around 2780. Let's see if we can spot that. Here it is on let's see, 5-minute. We're not going to be able to find it. Let's take a look at a 10. Nope. 15-minute. Okay, here we are on the 15-minute. You can see back here this support, and then here's where it broke through that support. So I think this is going to be resistance up here at this level. So it'd be nice to see a bounce into that, and then we could probably short TMX, which is looks like a Mexican long distance carrier, Mexican telecom. And on the chart there, you see it just looks ugly. I mean, MACD looks ugly. The volume looks ugly. Over here, BOP selling, money stream below the moving average. Time segmented volume below the zero line, below both moving averages on TSV 18 and 38. And here's my 3C indicator. You can see it's divergent there. It's looking pretty good on the 1 hour. Looks like it wants to bounce. And on the 5-minute, it looks like it wants to bounce. So if it bounces up to around that 28 level, I think it's a short. Here's DTV. This is DirecTV Group. We've been looking at this for a while. I think a bounce is on the way here. Probably shorted up around 24.80, 25 bucks. let's see what we see on an hourly chart here. Yeah, I think if it can get up to like this level up in here where that gap was, I think maybe it'll make a pretty decent short there. Yahoo, whoo-hoo. Look at this one. So Yahoo, again, from the failed move comes a fast move, and Yahoo was breaking out above this resistance, and I'll show you a couple things here. First of all, we had a failed breakout right there, which produced a pullback, and here's the resistance level there, former support, which broke big time on big volume there. That former support becomes resistance, and we had some resistance right here. There's another zone of resistance right here on the top of that gap. So it bumped into this resistance here, and this move failed. Now Yahoo, I think, looks like it's going to bounce, and I'm going to show you on my 3C indicator what I'm seeing here. You can see it was forecasting a move here. If you look at where price is and where 3C was there, and where price is over here, you can see it started going into a leading divergence as we got into these levels. So when this bounce came, it was negatively divergent, so it pulled back off that. So I think 3C did a pretty good job of forecasting that. Here we go on a 5-minute time frame, and what we're seeing here is as price is moving down, you see a series of back here and here, higher lows. So this indicates to me that this stock should bounce. It's in a very leading divergence here. So I want to take a position in Yahoo on the short side after it bounces. Now, where is it going to bounce to? It may bounce to this level around 30. It may bounce up here to around 31.50 or so. So we'll keep an eye on that, but I think there's an opportunity there for a short position. Here's Research in Motion, RIMM, and we've been after this one for a while. I did a video, I don't know, maybe late December, early January, something like that. So interesting little candle formation over here. This is an evening star reversal. See the little gap there with the star, and it's fulfilled here on this big down day. Very powerful reversal signal. Get out of the way, you see one of those. And I think Research in Motion, well, actually, let me say this. Okay, we had a short on this one on January 9th, so it's down 10% from January 9th. I think it's going to bounce to around 132.50. There's a little gap up there at 132.50. So we'll take a look at RIMM again in that area. So here is Celgene, and I've had some concerns over biotechnology. BTK, I think, is looking like it's getting ready to pull back. So Celgene was on our January 3rd video as a short, so it's down from about 6% from there. And I think, again, it looks like it's going to bounce with the rest of this market, and I'll show you why here. Pretty much in gear there on the daily. We look at the hourly though, and you see a lower low made over here. Now we test that low again, and look where 3C is, way up there, so that's a nice positive divergence. And on the 5-minute, again, you can see where these lows are down here, and moved up nicely, and this pullback is holding up nicely. So I think Celgene bounces. Where to? Let's take a look at, probably, I'm gonna guess around this level up here, around 57, around that gap. So we'll take a look at Celgene again up there. UAPH, this has been on the tag board. I can't remember who brought it, but we're gonna have to come back and take a look at this one because I'm running out of time here. So we will be right back.